Hello, everyone, and happy Christmas Eve to you. So I have another wonderful Advent devotional entitled Advent Anew by Marlena Graves. The Word, the source of creation, the true light, entered humanity as a helpless babe born in humble circumstances. From a human perspective, Jesus' birth is quite shocking. Why didn't he, this God-man, first appear as a strapping young man, flexing his divine muscles with spectacular feat for all to see? Angels could have trumpeted his coming throughout the entire world, but they didn't. An angel choir lit the night sky for only a few isolated shepherds. Contrast Jesus' advent with first-century Roman generals arriving in town with fanfare as they flourish after a military victory. They wanted to see and be seen, aiming to impress as they displayed power and demanded homage. Jesus came quietly and unobtrusively, demanding nothing. Jesus' mode of arrival, his life among Jewish parents, and his eventual execution as a criminal certainly seem like a counterintuitive plan for persuading the world that he is the Messiah. Yet John asserts the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory and the glory of the one and only Son who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. The glory John testifies to doesn't comport with our human conceptions of glory and power. While the disciples witnessed many miraculous examples of Christ's power, in John's gospel, the greatest demonstration of Christ is the cross. Jesus himself makes this plain. The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. And when I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all people to myself. He said this to show the kind of death he was going to die. The shocking humility of the manger points towards the humiliation of the cross. This is our strange and otherworldly hope. The Word who was born as a helpless infant is the Savior who came to die a criminal's death for us. When we receive him, John says we enter into his light and life. Sometimes I find myself among Christ followers who still wrestle with questions. When I do, I turn back to John 1:14. The disciples had seen and been with Jesus. They'd eaten with him, traveled with him, fished with him, laughed, grieved with him, with God, face to face. In his life, death, and resurrection, Jesus so profoundly transformed them that they were willing to abandon everything to suffer and even die for Christ. That reality quells my doubts. I also think about the miracle we celebrate on Christmas Eve. Jesus, the babe in the manger, who was in very nature God, yet made himself nothing for us. I think of the Christ child who grew up to die and to rise again for my sins, offer me true hope, and to make all things new. In these moments, Jesus, faithful and true, the way, the truth, and the life, appears to me afresh. Advent anew. So, loved ones, I would ask that you read John 1:1-18. And an option tonight is also Philippians 2, verses 6-11. And ponder the mystery and glory of the incarnation. This is something I've been doing as I've been writing my Christmas Eve sermon. What spiritual responses, including worship, trust, and hope, are stirred up in you as you meditate on the concept and the beauty of the incarnation? John chapter 1, verse 14 says, "The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth." I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas Eve. And I want to invite all of you to Hope United Methodist Church for our Christmas Eve services. We will have 2 services, one at 3:30 p.m., the other at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and both services will be streamed online. Blessings to all of you. Please know that you are so loved this Christmas. Bye.